You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 437, recorded April 2023, posted February 2024. Rat Race.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing one of our adventures from the collection Keys from the Golden Vault. We are specifically playing our second session of the Stygian Gambit. No connection to Gambit's Caledonian or otherwise. Our adventurers have been hired, recruited, drafted. They've agreed to help rob a casino to settle a score. Let's meet our players. They'll remind you of who their characters are, and then we will jump into things. First up, it's Erica Ensign. Hi, Erica.
Hello. Yes, I am Erica Ensign, she, her. I am playing Levithia du Isigri, who also she, her, and she's a human ranger who loses focus a lot, but today she's feeling dialed in.
Nice. Also joining us, it's Monty Ashley. Hi, Monty.
Hi, Tony. And hello, viewers and listeners, if you're not looking at the screen right now. I use pronouns he, him, and I am playing Krong. I forgot his name. Krong, a bugbear rogue.
He's so mysterious. You forgot his name.
It's always...
That's
the first couple of minutes of every episode are always an insight into the various states of decaying physical, emotional, and psychological cages that each of us are trapped in. Also joining us, Annette Wierstra.
Hello, it is I, she, her. I'm here with J. Raff, who is an Aasimar paladin. Also, she, her.
And last, but certainly not least, it's Jason Snell. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Tony Sindelar. It is me, Jason Snell, and I am playing a character named Revel, a Triton Druid, level 2.
What have I done to deserve this?
I'm trying to mix it up.
Oh. Oh, okay. I assumed that I was being punished for some grave transgression.
Monty's intro was a little specific, and I thought I'd get real specific, too.
All right. So as previously mentioned, you have the Golden Vault has asked you to right a wrong that was wronged. That's how wrongs are wronged, right? In the past, thank you. Quentin Toggle Pocket, professional gambler, robbed one Verity Key, also professional gambler, and used that money years later to open a casino. To settle that old score, Verity has asked you to go to the soft opening of his casino, rob 5,000 gold pieces from the vault, and importantly, steal a important gold statue that is to be the prize for the Three Dragon anti-tournament that is commemorating the opening of the casino. Our players / characters have been in the casino for not very long. I would say maybe an hour-ish, scouting things out, getting the lay of the land. We played some games of chance. We showed up between floor shows, and Krong poked around in the Three Dragon tournament. So I think we've we've done phase 1 of getting the lay of the land, but I suspect there is more scouting to be done in terms of learning what you can about the casino and how things work. Any questions about things from last time?
I have one sort of follow-up question to something that we did before. Remember, we had those cool boxes that it looked like it was transmuting coins into chips, but it turned out it was actually magic that was teleporting the money away and replacing it with the chips. And I know that Monty had asked if Krong could fit in the box, and the answer was no, which was very sad. But also, I was talking about this with listener Kit the other day, as you do, and she was wondering if it would work to use that teleport spell to teleport one of us to the money room. And as the person who actually did the Arcana check on the box, I'm curious if that seems like a thing that might possibly be workable, considering the fact that we have no magic users in this party, or like wizard sorcerer type.
Yes. So Erica is specifically mentioning the cashiers in the Afterlife Casino. They kind of roam the floors, and they have these little boxes where they'll change out your gold pieces for casino chips, which is what they prefer you to use for all the games. And they seem to be using basically some kind of teleport spell, such as, they place money on the box, it goes somewhere else, and chips come back. I think that if you got one of those boxes and had some alone time with it and had some magical proclivities, you could figure out how to, to go where it's sending stuff from. Unclear what kind of attention that might attract, since you don't know what's on the other side of that teleport spell. But that is certainly a thing that is, I think, out there as a stuff. I will mention other things that you mentioned last time. There was early discussion of flooding the casino because there is a river that runs through the casino. There was discussion of jumping down the waterfall or throwing a bag of money down the waterfall as a convenient way to escape the casino. There was mention of causing some kind of riot / parade / catastrophe with circus animals. I have that
Circus
filed
animal
under
stampede,
circus.
that's right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You also briefly discussed the idea of faking the statue. I don't think you then did anything to follow up on that idea, but it was
That's
raised
because
as an idea.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I had barely gotten to the statue. There was a mean-looking guard that I wanted to interact with.
That's right. We were
Yes.
going to start with dueling
Yeah, so let us
intimidation
start with-
checks.
Krog,
That's
you
right.
you are in the Three Dragon Ante room, which is kind of set off from the main casino. There's a bunch of tables, but it's down to just 2 tables of professional gamblers at this point, and they're gambling away. There's some people watching, and I think you chatted with somebody before. And off kind of in the corner of the Three Dragon Ante room, there is up on a shelf a fancy display case. And there is a guard standing right next to the display place, looking real intimidating in case anyone lingers in front of the statue for too long. Krog, I think you're just crossing that "how long have I lingered in front of this statue" thing. The guard is a pretty burly looking tiefling, and I feel like he's trying to look as burly as he can. He's in full burl mode, people. And you are going to make some kind of I think we're doing dueling intimidation checks. Is that what we're doing here?
Right. I want to roll an intimidation check against him, and my goal is not actually to intimidate him. My goal is to show him that he isn't intimidating me. I want him to
Yes.
view me as a peer, like maybe this guy's a security guard on his vacation, so he won't view me as a scumbag looking to steal something.
Got it. So you're looking at like game recognized game with this guy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of nodded like, good work, man.
Yeah. All right. I have rolled intimidation. Rolled intimidation.
24.
Okay, that beats his 16. I think Krong, you've got the kind of the space that Krong seems to occupy, I think, is highly variable. And there's times where, maybe Krong stands up a little bit straighter and just his shoulders get a lot broader. And suddenly, the tiefling realizes that he's looking up at Krong instead of looking down at Krong. And he kind of, he breaks eye contact with Krong.
Does he nod back though? That's if somebody nods,
Yeah,
at
he
you,
nods
you
back.
nod back. Okay.
Nods back and realizes there's something really exciting over slightly 20 degrees off from Krong's field of view.
I have a question.
I run to pick the lock immediately. Can I do that?
What?
He's
Yes.
not looking at me. Everybody's watching. This room is pretty empty.
The room is pretty empty. I will point out also the room does include it definitely would have caught your eye. There are throughout the casino these strange mirrors up on the walls that seem to be some kind of security device.
Yeah,
If you wish to
okay.
proceed with your thing,
It's directly
I'm not gonna
behind
stop
you. Just saying.
yeah.
Well, let me look at this map really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like you
I'm
are directly
here.
between it and the lock.
Yeah, that's right. So this mirror appears to go over a table, and then let's
Yep.
see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Then it's 100 feet to me, and
It is,
I'm
yeah.
large and burly. I don't think they can see to the other side of me.
Okay. I will point out there's also a difference between somebody not making eye contact with you and not observing you. But, you be you, Krong.
So how much does he look away? Does he just break eye contact for a second? You said he found something very interesting on the other side of the room.
What did you roll? A 20-something? 23?
24.
24.
Yeah,
24.
Yeah, he's not looking at you.
Let's do it.
And picking
I
the
got
lock
it.
doesn't necessarily
We're not
mean
there to
opening the
stop you,
case.
so
It's
I
just
just want
making
to
sure it's not
unlock it.
locked. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Take the opportunities where I get them.
you have the bag of holding too, right?
Yeah, but we don't have our 5,000 gold
last
pieces yet.
adventure. I don't think I should have it now.
No, I think you should because somebody needs to have it.
And you are our rogue, are you not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you did
Give me
declare
a
at the
quick-
end that you had, or Tony declared that you had it. I think it was so.
Okay. Thank you. So you pick the lock. Or you attempt to pick the lock. Give me your standard dexterity check. I believe you get to add your proficiency bonus when you used your thieves' tools.
Okay.
Tell me you have inspiration just in case.
I don't have inspiration.
Oh, of
I did
course
get a 22, though.
All right. You pick the lock.
I walk away.
Now you specified that you pick the lock, so the glass display case, again, it's a 2 feet wide, 2 feet deep, 3 feet tall display case with the statue kind of on a shelf in the middle. It is unlocked.
Great. I walk away.
Okay.
You leave the statue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He has not even opened it, but it is unlocked.
The cabinet is just unlocked
Okay.
and opened. We'll
Yep.
return to that later.
Yep. All right. Let me check in other players. What would you like to be doing? Levithia, did you have a thing you wanted to be investigating?
I think the next thing that I kind of wanted to look at is I think we've hit the point where in every adventure, Levithia is completely spaced out and not paying any attention. And suddenly she realizes, wait a minute, I'm not in the forest. Okay. and then is like, I guess I should start paying attention to my surroundings and stops muttering. And I'm going to turn around and look at we're in area A4. There's another table behind us. Curious what that is. I'm not going to go over there yet. I just want to take a look and see what is it. Is it worth approaching?
You are technically in area A3. The area A4 is in proximity to you, though. This is map talk, people. Everybody loves map talk. So you are in the area of the casino known as Dis, named for one of the levels of the Nine Hells. Where there's you were playing some games of life and death. There are also some rows of slot machines, but there's a little bit of noise. There's a decent number of people crowded around some tables to the west of you. This is the area of the casino known as Minaros, and the main kind of feature of this part of the casino is that there's this kind of miniature racetrack, and as you get closer and kind of peek over the crowd of people kind of ringing the racetrack, you can see scurrying around the miniature racetrack, there are a series of rats with little numbers on them.
Wow.
So
Gives a new meaning to rat race.
That's the joke.
Yep, I get it.
As one of the rats crosses the finish line, there's the crowd is kind of split. Half the crowd cheers, the other half of the crowd is tearing up their little paper cards and throwing them in the air.
What are the pillars or kiosks on the other side of the table? Are those?
I think that is where people are basically figuring it. That's where the paperwork part of your rat betting happens, I believe.
Got it. Okay. Well,
yeah.
I feel sorry for these rats.
What happens to the rats when the race is over? Do they have handlers who put them in cages or take them back behind the scenes or something?
Yeah. There's a
little. Don't you have talk to animals? Go ask them.
Yeah.
I do, and I'm not down there, but I feel like I feel like I hear the excitement of the rat race, and I'm going to come down there.
Yeah.
How about that?
I am so
rats-
tempted to try to steal a rat, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, the rats.
So-
There are a bunch of little tiefling apprentices. They're wearing like little leather vests, and they've got little whips that they're not using because they're rats, not lions people. And they are, they're kind of, coaxing the rats into little cages that can then kind of slide into a chute in the middle of the table. There's other rats in cages coming out the other end. It looks like a changing of rats as they prepare for the next race.
Do these rats look
Oh,
like
the rats have to go to the pin setting machine and everything. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Do they look like they're well cared for? Like I'm suddenly concerned about these rats.
Roll animal handling.
Okay, I will.
I would like
BBC
to do
the
that.
lion.
I'm good at that, so I'm going to do that.
I
too.
am too.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in
Everyone is
handling.
great at evaluating the casino rats.
I'm just not good at rolling is the problem. So
Yeah.
I only got a 12.
Yeah, I only got a 7.
I don't know. They seem okay. They're rats. What do you want, people?
All right, that's fair.
Rats are very
Um,
smart. They're great pets.
Would a rat
this
fit in that
was good-
box?
So far, you've only seen gold pieces, which are significantly smaller
Okay.
than rats.
Mhm.
So there's just
But
a
you
little
could
tiny
try.
slot.
Well, there's not even a slot. It was basically like because it's magic.
Right.
Like
You just
they're
tap it.
placing it on. Yeah, it's tap to pay. Except the money gets magically teleported somewhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So far,
Okay.
you have not seen what happens when somebody tries to tap a rat on it. Unknown.
Can I
It should
look
be a
and see
gold-coated rat.
what the
Ew.
do the rats seem to be sort of like kept in this thing, or are they being taken back to some other like a rat holding area? I'm just kind of curious about it.
Yeah, it looks like there's kind of on the wall. There's a bunch of rat cages up against the wall. They move them from little cages to the big cages, and
Okay.
there's some
When we
rats
cause chaos in this place,
relaxing between races.
I want to let the rats go.
Well, I'm just saying.
There's
I'm
not
just saying.
there's not a full rat stable complex here. If that's what you're looking for.
I'm just saying I can wild shape, so I could
Yeah.
become a rat if I could get
you
somewhere
could become
interesting
a rat.
as a
You
rat.
Which was
You could
why I
win-
was wondering
you could
if a
win
rat
the
could
rat
go
race.
and be
I-
teleported.
Mhm.
Well, I also thought that I could become a mouse or a rat and be teleported in the little box. Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Exactly.
But what if it doesn't work on living creatures and you get turned inside out or something?
Well, that'd be a
we
shame.
could test on a
Oh,
non.
what would happen is that
rebel
the
rat.
rat would lose all its hit points, and then I would become a guy and burst out of the box. That's what would happen. Surprise!
Cautionary tale.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm trying to form some plans here.
Yeah.
All right.
Animal related.
I think we should case
I
the
wanna-
rest of the joint.
I think we
So
should
to
look at
speak.
these mirrors too and try to understand. Like so far, they're just mirrors. They must
Yeah.
do something other than reflect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
map the hand drawn
So-
map we were given said security
Security
mirrors
mirror.
was
Yeah,
listed.
so I'm gonna like hang out. I'm gonna go over by the little kiosk and like kind of watch what's happening in the rat race, but also sort of look at the
right.
mirrors.
Yeah, give me a quick perception check on the mirror, Jay.
17.
All right, you're looking at the mirror. You have there do seem to be an assortment of these kind of scattered throughout the casino, and this is not something you're used to seeing in other places that perhaps rely more directly on just having kind of guard stations or whatnot. The mirror, they're elevated off the ground. They're about 12 feet up on the wall, and they're kind of
12 feet
angled,
up?
kind of looking. Yeah, is
Wow.
that okay?
These are high ceilings.
It's a cave,
Mhm.
right?
It's a
The cavern
casino,
is
it's
like 30 feet
grand.
high. Yeah.
Okay.
It's grand, yeah. They're about 12 feet up, and they're looking down. They're kind of angled down. Looking up at your own reflection in the rat race behind you. The mirror is like very clearly like polished or well maintained. No smudges. And they do get kind of there's a bit of a fisheye lens effect. They seem to kind of see a lot of the area around you. It probably wouldn't be too hard to destroy one if you were so inclined. It's just a mirror. They must have some small number of hit points, and you know, I don't know if you would like to do an Arcana check with regard to possibly the magical properties of the mirror.
I will do that. And while I'm doing this, I'll like fix my hair in the mirror to pretend like I'm using it like a mirror. Because
Oh, very classy.
Well played.
Yes.
I
In that
rolled
12-foot up
a
mirror.
20, but -1, 19.
All right. You are looking at it, and you get a sense that there is divination magic around the mirror, and you suspect that basically, like, this mirror is probably connected to another matching mirror. Not necessarily quite the same size, but somewhere there is a mirror that is showing what this mirror shows.
So the security room of
Mhm.
mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The mirror is bigger than a rat, in case that was
And we-
the next question.
And we
I
know
was
that
about to
there's a
ask.
security room from our map that they gave us.
Yes.
So we have that idea.
Yep.
Well,
What if we filled the security room with smoke?
fog. It's a fog cloud. But
Fog.
yes.
It's fog.
Mhm.
Well, one thing we could do is so a lot of stuff is employee access only. So you need a
Mhm.
pass card, and we know that. So one thing that we could potentially try is to distract someone or lift a pass card. We could
Mhm.
continue casing, but I'm just throwing out other ideas here. Also, could I be a mouse and teleport somewhere? That's another
Yeah.
possible idea. Confusion. We got some potential confusion here. Okay. That's all
Yeah,
good.
I think you're very much in the workshopping stage of the heist right now.
For
I'll
plan.
remind you, you've got basically like the idea is that the tournament ends in less than 2 days, and it's important that there not be a prize for the winner of the tournament. So that's your ticking clock, but it's a pretty generous ticking clock. This is not like oh my god, if you don't steal this magic egg by midnight, the world is going to end. I'm
Right.
putting that out there as a hypothetical situation, not a real situation that anyone would
It's
ever.
kind of luxurious,
subject
really,
me
having
to.
all this time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, take
Speaking
your
of
time.
luxury, maybe we should hit the spa, Jay.
Sure. And maybe you and I can use our feminine wiles to lift a key card off someone or whatever
With my-
access they must
With
have.
my negative charisma.
Oh, no.
I have generous charisma.
Yeah,
So-
you're going to have to handle that. I can do it. It's a distraction. You can be
Yeah.
charismatic.
I have a +5 charisma.
Levithia is more in the like distraction mode of
Mhm.
of things.
Yeah, usually I'm the one that's
So there
distracted.
is-
How's your sleight of hand?
Pretty good.
Mm.
+3. So, not great, but
Okay.
There is
Well-
kind of in the center of the main casino. You Krong, you would have passed by it heading to the Three Dragon Anti-Tournament. There are signs indicating there's kind of a set of caverns set off from the main casino hall where there is the flood. I thought I knew how I was going to say this word. Phlogathosian? The
Phlogathosian.
Phlogathosian spa and Stygian baths are set aside from there. Maybe Jay, you poke your head in there, and there's a door. You poke your head in, and just even inside the door, the air is kind of warm and humid. And there is it's maybe scented with some fragrance, and there is a kind of bored-looking tiefling standing behind a desk, who smiles at you. Behind the tiefling, there are some curtains that presumably lead to the rest of the baths.
Hello. My friend and I are interested in having a spa treatment. What do you offer here?
Oh, please come in. My name is Agaramus, and this is the Phlogathosian Spa and Stygian Baths. We have, she pulls back the curtain and takes you on like a little quick tour of the spa area here. It's pretty small. And there do not seem to be any other casino patrons in here at the moment. The spa part is the north side of these two chambers that you're given a quick tour of. There's a bunch of massage tables and and then south of that is the baths, where there's kind of carved into the cavern that this casino was built into. There are these steaming pools of water that you can soak in. And
How are
Garmus,
they heated?
Are they like hot
presumably,
springs?
yeah, they're like they at least have the appearance of hot springs. They may be magic versus natural.
It's because they're in
But
hell.
the Garmus lets you know that you are welcome to pay for a 2-hour session for 2 gold pieces, or we offer a special all-day pass for 5 gold pieces.
Where does that
Um,
door go to? I say, pointing at the one in the back of the room. Is that another treatment
There
room?
is a nope, sorry, staff only. And you notice that there is to the east of the spa room, there is a doorway with a kind of distinctive green trim going around the edge of the door.
I think
Nothing exciting.
our handwritten map, I believe, said laundry. So
Mhm.
just curious
And
what they
there's
were
no
saying.
mirrors in here, correct?
Of course not. We take client privacy
Oh,
very
good.
seriously.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Is there anything
Garmus
I notice
mentions
about?
that,
Is there anything I notice about their wardrobe, or like, is there something that could be considered a pass card equivalent in a D&D casino sort of way?
sure, you're looking at Garmus, the
Garments,
spa attendant.
jewelry,
Yeah.
necklaces. I don't know.
So I would say at this point you've been in the casino long enough that you would have noticed. So all the casino staff are tieflings, and they're all kind of garbed in kind of matching. They're it's not quite a full tuxedo, but like tuxedo pants and kind of shiny vests. And I would say that you've probably seen some, a dealer or a bartender or somebody occasionally duck through one of those green trimmed doorways, and they basically tap some kind of card or badge or some kind of small item on the doorknob to open the door.
Okay. And I just remembered I have a tattoo that makes me look like other things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looked like the thing that they tapped. You saw kind of a little flash as if it was shiny, maybe made of metal, maybe something green.
Okay. Shiny green metal. Well, I am going to pay for a full day pass so we can come and go. If there's no security cameras in here, this might be a useful place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I'll pay for
It's certainly somewhat.
Vithya and I to get a full day pass.
All right, that'll cost 10 gold pieces. It's certainly somewhat secluded. There's only one attendant here right now, and there are several chambers. And I think it's a spa, so I don't think they hover around you unless you want them to. So yeah, this might be a convenient place to get up to
Change
mischief.
into someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay. I'm going to
we'll
look
be
at
back.
that momentarily.
So you go enjoy a nice soak. This is the second spa we featured in Total Party Kill. Adventurers love spas. I mean,
Did I steal a spa?
Yeah, adventuring is hard, and sometimes it's nice when your escapism is relaxing. And there are countless hours of adventures where I make people slog through graveyards and sewers and sub-sewers and graveyards that are downwind from a sewer. And every now and then, it's nice to get a bath. So, Ravel, let me give you a chance to do some things. It looks like you put your token in the vicinity of the main kind of bar area at the Afterlife Casino. This is Bar Malbolge. There are two. It's not one bar. It's 2 bars.
2 bars. Yeah.
They're plush, comfortable chairs. There's 2 tieflings kind of tending each side of the bar. They're wearing those black tuxedo pants, shiny red vests, looking very fancy. They serve a variety of spirits and a special signature ale known as Brimstone Gulp.
Yes.
The ale is served in a copper flagon embossed with prancing imps. They also sell cigars. I believe there is a security mirror kind of in the northwest corner of the bar overlooking this area.
All right. Well, I'm going to order the specialty ale. and chat with
costs
the
1
bartender.
copper.
Yep.
Okay. The bartender is named Remus, and he happily serves you a nice
Tony, is the other bartender named Romulus?
we don't know. It could
We
be
don't
anything.
know. Could be anything.
Were they raised by wolves?
It's a real underdog story, Monty. So
I'm gonna say so. How's the setup going? You can't have been on the job very long. How's it been going?
just hired last week. I think things are going pretty good, you know. I'm glad to be working.
What were you doing before?
Oh, you know, I did construction day labor stuff for a while, but this is my first steady gig.
Oh, well, that's great. Congratulations. This ale looks pretty good. I think you're going to make it as a bartender.
I'm a fan.
Let's see. Do I notice anything about I'm trying to see if I can spot like a security badge as well here.
Yeah. You notice kind of peeking out of he's got like a little front pocket on his shirt, on his vest, and you catch the glint of a shiny green metallic kind of playing card shaped object.
All right. I say it's I see you're mostly tieflings here. Is that sort of the theme? They wanted to hire tieflings to fit in with the theme.
That's Mr. Toggle Pockets. He said it's part of the aesthetic of the whole thing.
I'm a Triton. Do you think that they could like give me a job like over by the water?
Maybe. I mean, how do you feel about boats?
I like boats. I mean, I'm a really good swimmer, but boats are fine.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I think they're currently all staffed up, but
right.
Doesn't hurt to ask around.
Who's your manager? Do you just talk to Mr. Toggle Pocket, or do you have is there somebody who's like the floor manager?
Yeah, I talked to Mr. Toggle Pocket. He's real hands on.
Is he here all the time?
It's like he lives here.
Oh wow, is he here now? Out on the floor? Can you point him out to me, or is he not here now?
He looks around. He must be in his office, and he kind of gestures like over his shoulder. I guess he specifically will gesture to the southwest.
To the southwest. Interesting.
Suggesting that the doors from the there are 2 staff only doors in the vicinity of the bar, one to the south, one to the north.
All right.
And he kind of gestures in that direction.
All right. Well, thank you. And I take my beer and I go.
Enjoy.
And I go I walk over to the water and I look in the water and see what is there to see. Is this like water park water where it's just chlorinated and all that, or are there like fish and stuff?
There's no fish. This is and it's been magically treated.
Didn't we come in
so that it goes
on a real river?
You kind of started on one, but it seems like it's specifically been magically treated to both be kind of visually pleasing, and also it like the right side of the water flows one way and the left side of the water flows the other way. So yeah.
Magic water.
So what do I think happened to all the fish that were in the river?
Maybe they were gentrification.
They were given promotions.
They don't pass into this chamber, maybe?
Cushy front office jobs.
Yeah, they've worked their way up
to
ocean fish now, and they're in the big leagues.
All right. So
you guys are real concerned about the small animal displacement happening here at the Afterlife Casino.
I suddenly started paying attention.
So I have two more questions, Tony. One is
just 2 more questions.
I went up to the where the animal show is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
It is that imminent, or is that going to be a while before the show, whatever show is going?
What would you like?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would like to observe that when it is ready, and then the other thing I was going to suggest is that I'm going to watch and from as I'm nursing my beer and sitting on the couch, and see if I can notice something about the movement of the employees.
Yeah. All right.
When they go off shift, where they where they all
Yeah.
file off to and all of that, sort of sitting over, over here.
Yep. The next animal show is in 20 minutes. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to spend this time
All right.
then sitting and observing the movement of the
Sure.
employees.
I feel like you found a real nice location to kind of just, sit back and have a good view of the casino. Why don't you roll me a perception check for your stuff?
Okay. Perception for my stuff.
For your stuff.
It's my favorite kind of perception is the stuff kind. Okay, do it here. 16.
16. All right. You feel like you have a pretty good vantage point. It does seem like the door on the southern side of the bar is clearly like the main employee staff only entrance and exit. There's it seems like you see people kind of starting and ending their shifts, disappearing and appearing from that door, suggesting that there's some kind of, staff room and storage room back there. Occasionally someone has to fetch something for the bar and they get sent there and back. Looking on the north side, you notice that the few employees that pass through the north side and much less traffic on the north side seem to be people that are related to the floor show that's going to happen in the circus part of the casino. So you see people that, I don't think they're wearing a name tag that says "Ask me about animal handling." Not a bad t-shirt idea, but they look like they might be the people that are going to work on that. So I think it's fair to say that probably there's the north door leads to things related to the animal behind the scenes area, and some you also see some acrobats and whatnot. There are, I think looking around, you might be, not that I want to tell your characters when you're surprised or not, but there are maybe it's less than 10 guards total. At some point you try and keep track of who all the individual guards are, and there only seems to be a handful of actual guards stationed on the floor of the casino, coming and going from the different doors, though each of them looks tough and probably not like somebody you would want to fight in a fair fight. And perhaps those magic mirrors are critical for the guards knowing where to be when in such a large, expansive underground casino. Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm gonna just kind of hang out and mosey on over to the show floor area when it's time for the show, whenever that is.
All right. It's you file into the Cirque Maladomini. Let me try that again. Cirque Maladomini, which is the hour-long performances occur here every 4 hours. The performance that you Ravel, you spend an hour in the circus. It is a mixture of acrobatic displays and also trained animals, and then it kind of culminates in a dueling banjos situation. It's a little strange. All of the performers, aside from the trained animals, are tieflings. The kind of main animal star is a large lion named Emery's, who jumps back and forth through flaming hoops on command.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was the audience.
Yeah. You would see the people, the performers and animals enter and exit the circus through a tunnel that leads to the so on the lowest level of the circus, the tunnel leads to the west, presumably to some kind of animal storage area.
So, well, on our map it's called Circus Prep Animals.
Yeah.
So
yep, there you go.
We know the map that we were given. Okay, I carefully observe the animals that are available in this casino.
What animals are you going to see?
And a plan begins to form.
All right. Obviously, there's a lion. Lion's the big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You also see some baboons. And do you see any other noteworthy animals that you're filing away into your shapeshift into later?
The lion's pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm starting to think, wow, that would be a heck of a distraction if the lion from the animal show suddenly escaped and was going through the casino.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, lion, 3 baboons, and lots of acrobats. Can you transform into an acrobat?
Is an acrobat an animal, Tony?
I could.
I mean, we're all animals, Jason.
That's true. How often can you use that tattoo? Is it just once a day, or?
That is a good question. I think it is once per day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it seems like we've reached the downtime portion of the heist. Every heist has a good intermission in the middle.
Yep.
Ravel has attended the circus.
Yay!
Yay!
I had
Levithia
some,
and Jay
popcorn.
have soaked in the spa. Krong, what would you like to be doing? Is there anything you'd like to do that take like a nice hour off your afternoon?
Yeah, I'd like to wander south of the tournament room. And before I get to the spa, there's this hallway here with stairs.
Yeah. You head to the kind of, it's just before the spa area. There's a hallway that kind of leads east in the casino. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of traffic here. There's a set of spiral stairs that go down. There's also beyond the spiral stairs, one of the staff-only green doors leading to the east, and I believe as marked on your map that you were given, and clearly, exemplified by perhaps a staff member pushing a big basket of laundry. It is some kind of laundry facility. Poking your head down the stairs that lead down, it seems like this leads to, there is a lower level below the casino, relatively small compared to the main footprint of the casino. Krong, this is kind of in the bottom left corner of the map. But there's a restaurant below the casino.
Great. Well, let's get some, what do they have?
Jalapeno poppers.
Dinner for one?
The restaurant
Any
is the
hell-themed appetizers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Thank you, everybody. This is Nessus. You're basic. It's kind of tucked below the casino. It's really only like a handful of tables on like a little like cavern ledge, but it looks out kind of through the waterfall over the the lake that the waterfall feeds here from the cavern that is the casino. And there's a couple tieflings scurrying around. Looks like you are either beat the lunch rush or way after the lunch rush. Time kind of loses all meaning when you're in a casino. But
that is true.
Let me tell you about some of the dishes. They have a seasonal pan-fried fungus with garlic butter. They have spicy shredded sturge sliders. Really hope that's a name and not a description of the animal that these come from. Main dishes: abyssal chicken egg omelet. I'm now pretty convinced that these are flavor and not actual things. Otto's irresistible noodles. The oituag steak, well done. Night Hag's delight. The stench cow cheese plate. They sell a special Nessian liqueur and coffee or tea. First cup of coffee, complimentary.
But you gotta pay for your tea?
First cup of either is complimentary.
My first question
only your first one.
Is there a wall or a railing on this cliff, or can you just walk up and touch the waterfall?
You can walk up and touch the waterfall.
All right.
This is some quality Star Wars Imperial construction mandates here.
My vision is that somebody drops money into the river upstairs, and then down here somebody reaches into the waterfall and collects it.
And puts it into the bag of holding.
Sure.
And then just lives in the restaurant forever.
Well, then something else happens.
A lion
the
escapes
rest-
upstairs.
And remember, Ravel could breathe water, so he could also
Yep.
just, you could pass it through and he could swim around.
I will tell you, compared to the cavernous rooms of the casino, this is a more modest 12-foot tall, 12-foot high ceiling here. There is, Krong, you even put your token kind of near it. There's a security monitor, security mirror that looks out over the restaurant. And it looks like there's some kind of backroom prep area in the south west corner of the restaurant.
I don't see the mirror, but I trust you that it's there. I would like to position myself right in front of the mirror and just spread out, and I would like the Night Hag's delight, please.
Okay.
What is the Night Hag's Delight?
Oh, it's a delicious blackberry tart. It's one of our specialties.
All right, I would like a Night Hag's Delight and some of the seasonal pan-fried fungus. I didn't know fungus was seasonal, but yeah, the seasonal pan-fried fungus with the Night Hag's Delight, please.
I mean, it is. Have you tried to collect morel mushrooms at the wrong time of year? You don't find them.
No, I haven't.
It's always fungus
Well, I
season in the
have.
cave.
No.
Excellent choice, sir. The tiefling waiter, unnamed, scampers off and returns promptly with your. Especially, I don't think you ordered anything that wouldn't have ready to go, and it's very empty here. And so you're given a nice little plate of pan-fried fungi with garlic butter and a beautiful little blackberry tart. Appetizer and a dessert.
I just
Way to roll.
I make a
Live like
You
Krong.
don't need an entree. It's a casino. There's no rules.
Yeah.
No.
Krong is
Calories
living
don't count in a
Krong's best
casino.
life.
I'm surprised it's
Yeah.
not a buffet.
Krong, I do have the menu does list all the prices. You didn't ask anything ahead of time because I assume you don't care. These are all copper piece level of things. So, for 1 gold piece, you could probably get like the entire menu, which might make you sick.
See all you need.
I
So-
pay 2 gold pieces, and they keep the change. I am just
thank you so much, sir.
representing a
Keep it
high
coming.
roller. You guys are really... I used to think of tieflings as really cool, mysterious people, but you guys are really breaking that stereotype, and I appreciate that.
Oh, shucks.
Coming from a bugbear, that means something.
The tiefling almost trips over his apron.
Oh, watch it there, buddy. Oh, there you go. All right, so I'm just representing a high roller. I
Yeah.
want people in the mirrors to think, oh, this guy.
This guy
That's
likes
all.
his blackberry tarts. Got it. That's
Yeah.
is what they currently think because you have spent no money in the gambling part of the casino.
Hey, wait! Check out this guy. He ordered an appetizer and a dessert. Whoa!
Whoa.
And then he tipped ridiculously.
Yeah.
Big tipper.
Yeah. So,
Hey, kid, what's the most expensive thing on the menu? You got like a $10,000 shot or something?
no. Otto's
This isn't Grand
irresistible.
Theft Auto.
Otto's irresistible noodles cost 5 copper pieces. So,
You be sure to roll an Arcana
I-
check on the noodles to see if they actually are irresistible.
mm.
I'm not having any trouble resisting them.
Yeah.
Please give my sympathies to Otto.
Yeah. All right. So Ravel takes in a show.
Yep.
Levithia and Jay have a nice soak, and
I want to investigate the
Krog has a delicious meal.
what's the deal with these actual hot tubs? Are they fed by an actual hot spring? I'm just wondering, is there some sort of water outlet underneath each of them that then travels to someplace else?
It seems as you take your relaxing soak as also a scouting
Yeah, I'm gonna
opportunity.
Try all the rest of them too.
Yeah. And you check each of the baths in turn to make sure that you know what's going on. They appear to be just pools of water, but through some combination perhaps of magic enchantment and addition of maybe scented things, are not just stagnant water home to mosquitoes, but relaxing warm baths. But there
I got
does
a
not
12
seem-
on an Arcana check, so
yeah,
some sort of magic.
some kind of enchantment is keeping them kind of perfectly heated. There, I imagine there's four pools in this bath. I imagine basically they have little placards that tell you that this is the really hot one and this is the cooler one, and things like that. But they do not have any thing that channels the water in or out.
Can we order drinks to be delivered to us here?
You can try.
I'm wondering,
Yes, you
if
can.
if we need to distract the
Guys, I don't
somebody
know
in the
how
spa.
I don't know how casinos work. Can you? Probably.
Almost certainly.
With enough money, you can.
Yep.
If
Maybe
you
we're
think
the
that
high
Tony
rollers.
should spend some time at a casino to further investigate this adventure, it's kind of too late. I would have needed to plan that 6 weeks ago. We're way into it at this point, but I appreciate your sentiment. Yes, I would say, and there's a single attendant. It would be easy, and I imagine that she is happy to hang out at the front desk behind a curtain, not with you. But it would be easy to send her off to things that would give you a decent amount of time to poke around here if you were so inclined.
Gotcha.
I would also like to sort of tag team, perhaps, if I talk to her and ask her a lot of questions and maybe touch her clothes and talk about how great her clothes are and sort of distract her, that maybe you, Levithia, could try to pick her pocket.
I don't want to do that until we have a plan, because she might notice that it's gone before we're ready to move.
True.
Because
but
if she goes off shift,
backstage reconnaissance, because we kind of want to see what's happening, because we could always slip it back in her pocket.
That's a good point.
The old reverse pickpocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can plan this out
They call that a pock picket.
Pock picket. Yep.
They do not. They don't call it that. So
we're planning this while we're testing out the different pools.
yes,
It's tough life.
This one's hotter.
Yep.
Yep.
This one smells like
bubbles.
flowers.
Yeah. Just had several cocktails at this point, presumably.
Yeah.
Well, if we paid 5 gold pieces, they better be giving us some cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all we know, we know from our map that the laundry is directly off of here, and that's the only employees only place right now. In your conversations with her, I suggest, maybe when she delivers us a drink, ask her, how long is she on shift? Because if she's on shift for a long time, then we don't necessarily have to worry maybe about her going through an employees only door. But if she is about to leave in 20 minutes and somebody else is coming on board, then we might want to pickpocket that person.
I've already forgotten.
Well, she gets breaks.
Yeah. I've already forgotten what this tiefling sounds like, but we'll just say, I just started. I've got another 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Standard tiefling casino shifts are 5 hours.
Sure.
So shall I'm going to keep talking to her. Do you want to try and pick her pocket? And I'm just going to ask lots of questions. So how are you doing it? Where did you get these these uniforms? They're really beautiful. I just love the fabric of it. I would love to have an outfit out of that.
Well, they're assigned to us, but they are nice material. That our boss is a real stickler for details, and I don't know. It's the nicest job uniform I've ever had, I guess. I would say that if someone is being distracted actively by being given incessant questions, that somebody would have advantage on picking their pocket with sleight of hand. Is my feeling. As a dungeon master.
Right.
And my feelings are law. Yep. So.
I got a 15.
15 is what you needed. You managed to just kind of do that casual dip of your hand into the pocket of the spa attendant, and you pull your hand out, and you are holding a little metal green card about the size of a playing card. It's got an embossed smiling devil on face on one side. The devil is winking.
Of course it is. All right. How long does your tattoo last when you activate
We have
that?
1 hour, and it resets at dawn every day. So it would depend whether it would be useful during the heist. If we do it tomorrow, I could do it twice. If we aren't, then I could only use it once.
That's how it works.
Yes.
Just say, if we could have one of us, you, make yourself look like a tiefling that actually works here and just wander around, scope things out.
Just take a little cruise around the back.
And then return the card.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a great idea. This is a new casino, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How long has this casino been open?
This is
its grand
basically the
opening.
kind of soft grand opening, so not very long.
Then none of the employees know what they're doing yet. No one knows all their
Exactly.
coworkers. People are
Well, and
losing
I
their
can
cars
even probably
all the
look
time.
sort of similar to the spa person.
Yeah. You would certainly stand out if you were not a tiefling, but obviously that would be a challenging for other people to poke around behind the scenes, since as far as you can tell, the employees are all tiefling. But somebody who could magically look like a tiefling, check. So.
And who has a high charisma and could potentially talk their way or slide their way out of situations. Probably a good idea.
So Jay, do you want to slip away with your or I guess so
sure.
Levithia palms the card to Jay, and Jay it's a spa. There's probably lots of nice little screens you can duck behind. You can change your appearance and then go on a rampage with your employee-only card.
I ask Garmin, was
Yep.
that her name?
Yep.
For a massage.
Okay.
That'll keep her busy for a while.
That will keep her busy for, I believe, 1 hour.
1 hour.
Mhm.
How convenient.
Yep.
And then I'll sort of like try to look like her.
Okay.
Nice job.
How does your tattoo? This is a property of your magic tattoo that you got for joining
This
a
is my
secret society.
masquerade tattoo. So, as an action, I can use the tattoo to cast the disguise self spell, which is a DC 13 to discern the disguise if someone is suspicious. And once it is cast from the tattoo, it can't be cast again until the next dawn.
Okay, that is a great thing that you
I
chose.
can also, as a bonus action, make my tattoo look like anything I want it to.
So,
What does it look like?
Yeah, what does it look like right now?
Normally it's a raven on the back because I worship as a paladin, the raven queen goddess.
Nice.
So it covers my back as a raven.
Very nice.
But if we
That's
needed to
badass.
consult the map, she'd just make it look like the map.
Totally.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
Like in
so
Prison Break.
smart.
yeah.
I thought it would be a very useful thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
for
great.
heisting.
So just to remind you of how disguise self works, you can make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends, which is 1 hour, or you can dismiss it at any time. You are limited in how big or small you can be, so you can be up to a foot shorter or taller. I will assume that Garmin, the tiefling spa attendant, was similar in height to you. You can't change your body type, so you can't look like a centaur or a spider or something like that. But otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. The changes wrought by this spell... Wow, this is some impressive magical boilerplate here. The changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. So, for example, if you are added a magical hat to your outfit, somebody who attempted to interact with the hat, their hand would pass through it. And I get so.
Don't
For example,
add a hat.
you don't have.
I don't need a hat.
Your tiefling horns are illusory. Yeah.
Be very
What
rude.
tiefling would just walk up to another
Yeah,
tiefling
very
and touch
rude.
their
that would
horns,
be
though?
super rude.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
we wouldn't do
they'd
that.
be fired. That's against the code
Yeah.
of
Yes.
conduct.
Yeah, that's harassment.
Yeah. Now, I would say I don't think it does anything about your voice. So probably, and obviously, you don't super know a ton about Garmus, the tiefling spa attendant. So, if you were to suddenly be in deep conversation with Garmus's best friend, you might be in trouble.
Ah.
So avoid that.
Avoid that.
All right.
Don't
Jay,
talk to anyone.
Let us put the spotlight on you for a little bit, since you now have some behind the scenes access to go places other adventurers cannot. Where would you like to go first in the casino?
Well, I think I'm going to wander over this way and say hello to Ravel.
Ravel does not
Giving him
recognize you.
A knowing. No, we must
Oh,
have a
you have
secret
a
code
signal?
word.
Yeah.
Because we're smart heisters.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try going through this
Not so
door.
fast, Jay. Not so fast, Jay.
Oh,
Ravel gets a little
what?
twinkle in his eye. He stands up. He shakes your hand. And the next thing you know, there's a rat in your hand. Stick it in a pocket.
This is considered
I like-
a traditional druid greeting. It is unnerving to other
It is
people.
the shake hands with me. I'm a rat. Whoa.
Also, what? So hopefully no one in the casino notices that suddenly Ravel is just not there anymore. Also, Ravel, all of your stuff transforms into the rat, right? So it's not like
Yeah,
there's,
that's right.
It's not like your empty clothes
Not-
fall to the ground.
No. It's just one of those things. There's a rat.
Look,
now
Also,
in Jay's
I would
hand.
like to point out that the way that they are positioned on the map, we have established that those mirrors are sort of up above.
Yeah.
Ravel was sitting down on a couch. Jay
Yeah.
is standing over Ravel.
Yeah.
And so unless somebody was watching super closely on that security feed, they're not going to notice.
I'm also going to say,
How often do you get dropped when you get pulled this plan, Jason?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I will just suggest that hopefully this is a thing that you've practiced before, because I don't just look among friends. You're all my friends, more or less. Looking at you, Monty.
More or
Don't put a rat in my
Tony, I'm
hand.
very insecure.
How dare
Please
you.
don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Monty. I took it personally.
Don't put a rat in my hands. That's just, that's
We'll come to
the only thing
Alberta.
I
You don't
wanna
have to
say.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Ravel
like a
can
mouse,
put a rat in my
it's fine,
hands.
but a rat way out.
Well,
All
no,
right,
but
all
this
right,
it's
you
one
know.
of the racing. It looks like one of the racing
I know.
rats.
Yeah, and this
Oh,
is super
okay.
on brand for Ravel. I'm like, a little surprised, but
Yep.
not that surprised.
Okay.
Not that
and
surprised.
I barely pause as I walk
Yeah.
towards
All
the
right.
door.
Ravel, or Jay, you've seen other employees that kind of just like, they kind of wave their badge in the direction of the door, and then they open the door. So we'll assume that you know to do that, right?
Okay. Yep.
Ooh,
Give me
magic
a quick.
RFID chips.
Give me a.
They are
give me
kinda
just
magical.
it'll be pretty easy, but give me like basically like a performance check that you are attempting to look like Garmus, or at the very least trying to look like a
18.
legitimate employee. Okay, yeah, no
I'm
one
rolling
even glances in your direction. You head through the door on the north side of the bar. The decor changes kind of immediately as you pass from the public area into the behind the scenes area of the casino. The structure here is basically nothing is kind of decorative or ornamental. This is kind of a hallway with kind of a low ceiling. Kind of everything is just kind of a flat gray. The lights are kind of flickering. You do see at the very end of the hallway, looking down in your direction, is one of those security mirrors. Kind of far down the hallway, there are doors leading to the north and leading to the south. I suggest that you stride purposefully as if you clearly intended to be headed to one of those doors.
I'm quite confident, and so I am very purposeful, and I do just walk over there and I'm going to take the south door.
All right. Feel free to move your tokens, Jay and Ravel, as you head purposefully through the south door. South door is not locked. It's just a door, and it leads to yet another kind of utility employee only looking hallway. You see far down, it must be 50 or 60 feet, another security mirror, but facing kind of 90 degrees from you down the other hallway. And there are several doors off of this hallway. There is several. There's one to the east and one to the west, shortly from where you've poked your head into the hallway. The hallway then goes, 90 feet and takes a left turn. Probably you could figure out without doing a dungeoneering check, in the direction of some other rooms and possibly the back to the bar area.
Now, we know from the map, from Verity's map, that the employee lounge is the one that's to the east. The security is to the west. I'm not sure what cells means. That's, I guess, security is like if somebody gets arrested, they get thrown in a cell or something. And then there's some offices. So I don't know if that's anywhere you wanted to go in particular, but
probably we don't want to go into the maybe we do want to go in the security room to suss it out, right?
I mean, if you think that you can pull off being a lost employee, oh shoot.
I think I can. I have +5 charisma, and I'm going to hope that my good rolls continue.
All right.
Yeah, you're a paladin.
Yeah, is the door like a regular door? Did you say, Tony, that those are both regular doors?
These appear to just be mundane doors. You assume that basically the other doors that you passed through must have had some kind of magical lock on them that only was unlocked by the having a passcode or a passkey. So yeah. So Jay, do you want to head to the? You got a choice of right now, east or west or further
Let's go
south.
west.
All right, you peek your head to the west. This does appear to be, as foretold by Verity's map, to be a security office. There are 5 desks on the western wall. Each of the wall is kind of covered with mirrors. And you can see, though they're not really, are they mirrors or are they windows? For they seem to look out upon various areas of the casino that you recognize immediately. And there's 3 tough-looking security guards who seem to be, it seems like their job is stand here and look at the look at the mirrors. One of them hears the door open and turns and looks at you. I will mention there's a door to the south, and there's a pretty heavy-looking metal door leading to the west from the security room.
Right.
But the guard nearest to the door where you popped your head in turns to you, looks at you, and says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, sorry. I think I meant to go the other direction. I'm so confused sometimes.
No worries. I'm not even going to make you roll a bluff check for that because it seemed extremely plausible.
Everybody's new.
Everybody's new.
You're not
Totally.
the first one to think it's the
and-
employee lounge.
They're directly
he
across the
said,
hall.
"Can I help you?" Not, "I'm going to murder you if you don't lie to me well."
I like that second opening
Yeah,
better.
that's pretty impressive.
That's the that guy got fired on the first day. They had to amend the employee handbook. It was a whole thing.
He was talking to Quentin Toggle Pocket at the time. That was the crazy thing.
Yeah, it was tense. All right, Jay and Ravel, you are a rat in a pocket, but you
I
do
am.
have free will. I'll remind you. So
He's peeking out of my pocket.
I am peeking out of the pocket, yeah.
Despite all your rocket, you're still just a rat in a pocket.
yeah, thank you, Monty. Jay, do you want to peek in the door to the
I
east?
do.
All right, you peek in the door to the east, and I clicked the wrong button. As foretold on Verity's map, there does basically seem to be like a staff break room across the hall from the security room. This is the employee lounge. It is a relatively big, I'm just going to say, this is bigger than any employee lounge of any job I've ever had. This is a 60 foot by 50 feet long room. It is windowless, long table surrounded by 10 chairs, and there's some couches in the kind of off in the corners. Even though this casino has barely been open for a week, the couches already look kind of beat up and sad. And there's 3 tieflings who look like they're clearly on break. They are they look bored and tired.
Can I add something to your description, Tony?
Yeah.
There's a broken magical microwave.
Yes, there's some kind of fantastical metal box in the corner that smells of food, and just every now and then like sparks shoot out of it.
And a coffee machine with only half of a cup left, and nobody refilled it.
With a carafe of exactly
Yep.
half of a cup of coffee on it.
And band flyers as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, a lot of people have open mics coming up in the greater Varkenbluff area, and
Somebody's trying to sell another old couch.
yeah, somebody is looking to sell their futon for 50 copper pieces, which seems way out. Yeah, this is too real, people. Yeah, Jay, Ravel, you're peeking around outside. We're getting toward the end of the episode. What would you like to do next?
I think what was in the bottom?
The bottom to our right is the office, the door. So that could be like the manager's office.
Do we want to open it? I'm going to ask Ravel quietly, because if the manager's in there,
All I can do is squeak.
Yeah.
Squeak. Okay, I'm going to open it.
One gentle nip for yes, 2 gentle nips
Yeah.
for no.
3 gentle nips. What does that mean? That means yes and then no, or no and then yes.
Like hell no.
Yeah. All right. You open the door, and beyond is, I'll just reveal this. This is a kind of fancy office. There's an L-shaped desk, though it is sized for somebody smaller than your average tiefling. There's some cushioned chairs. There's lots of knickknacks on shelves. There's multiple of those little executive things with the swinging balls. There's like 4 of them on display on the shelves.
Somebody's compensating.
Yeah,
Are they lined up so they all work together?
No.
Oh.
It's real haphazard. There's a painting on the north wall depicting a host of winged devils catching mortals as they plunge into the depths of hell, and seated on kind of a chair that has him kind of like propped up to be at eye height with other creatures is who can only be a gnome that must be Quentin Togglepocket. I found some art of Quentin Togglepocket. He might look something like this. I imagine he was working, he's doing something on a ledger, and he spins on his little swivel chair and hits the crank so that it pushes him up to kind of look over the desk more closely. And he says, "Hold on, I don't recognize you." Is this where it all falls apart and your carefully planned heist becomes a run and gun through the casino as Quentin Togglepocket sees through your carefully laid plans, or half-laid plans? Did you really lay any plans?
You keep talking about these plans we've made, Tony.
They're aspirational plans, Monty. Or is this simply a speed bump in the road to success? Will our adventurers be able to rip off Quentin Togglepocket now that they know what he looks like, or will he scout them out? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.